Over time, spectacular game events and fun modes have become one of the most anticipated things in World of Tanks. And every year there are more and more cool events. In the summer of 2016, when all of Europe was closely following the Euro 2016 Championship, World of Tanks held its own Tank Football Championship. The event, loved by many players, made its return in style with new features. Just remember how Turbocharger gave great acceleration to vehicles. There was a lot of enthusiasm about the championship, and it was clear that this mode had become an inherent part of World of Tanks. Another landmark event in World of Tanks was celebrated that fall of the same year, the 100th anniversary of the first tank. On September 15, 2016, virtual tankers took part in the Convoy Fun mode on the banks of France's Somme River. Two teams battled in 7 versus 7 format. One team needed to escort an AI-controlled Mark I heavy tank to the enemy base and capture it. The other team needed to stop the convoy no matter what. However, instead of controlling tanks, players were in swift and agile Lanchester armored cars. Essentially, it was the first appearance of wheeled vehicles in World of Tanks. Players liked the idea of handling maneuverable wheeled machines instead of heavy and sometimes bulky tanks. Placing explosives under the ancient tank, or, on the contrary, providing it with repair kits, respawning many times, using machine guns, or firing a big derp gun. Tankers gladly did this for the 3 weeks of the event. The 100th anniversary of the tank was cheerfully celebrated. But in late October 2017, darkness shrouded the World of Tanks battlefields as the monster tank, Leviathan, crawled out from the darkness. The ruler of the world of destroyed vehicles had arrived for the souls of tanks. Players had to stop this monster by protecting the portal between the two worlds. Thus began the special Halloween mode, Leviathan's Invasion, in World of Tanks. There were 2 mode formats: Onslaught, where tankers fought against AIs, and Mayhem, which was players against players. The unique, multi-turreted Franken and Stein tanks were made available for the fight against Leviathan. Franken caused significant damage from afar, while Stein was more suited for close combat. The vehicles were quite interesting to play, and the opponent wasn't easy to beat. Leviathan was equipped with a gun that dealt 900 damage per shot. It also had additional weapons on the hull sides. This monster was even harder to take down, as it would plant landmines that stunned its enemies. It was also accompanied by 14 minions that would spread out in all directions like cockroaches. In the end, players managed to handle Leviathan, and the gate between the two worlds was protected. Well, in any case, the monster tank hasn't returned to World of Tanks since. The players had a lot of fun with those new events. But those events taught a very valuable lesson. The AI that was tested in the latter 2 events was later used more frequently to create new, interesting modes in World of Tanks.